Okay, let's solve this interesting greedy problem today, which is jump game. It says you are given an integer array norms. You are initially positioned at the array's first index, and each element in the array represents your maximum jump length at that position. Now we are to return true if we can reach the last index, or false otherwise. So if we take a look at example 1 here, we can see we jump one step from index 0 to 1. Here we update our jump to 3, then take the remaining 3 steps to the last index, meaning we can reach the last index. That is why we return true. So now let's try to visualize it and understand better. Okay, I have our examples here, and let's start with example 1. As the question says, we are initially positioned at our first index, which is 2 in this case. So we can initialize the variable and call this jump, which will be 2. Now we have to go from the next item to the end, and in each iteration we need to minus 1 from our jump. So if we start from the next item now, which is 3, our jump becomes 2 minus 1. Since we are trying to reach the end of this array, we need to update our jump to any maximum possible jump we can get. So now our current jump is 1, and then the jump at this index is 3. So we need to update our jump to the maximum between 1 and 3, which is 3. So our jump becomes 3. Now in the next iteration, which is 1, we minus 1 from our jump. Our jump is now 2. It's still greater than 1. So we move to the next iteration. We minus 1 again from our jump. Our jump is now 1, which is the same thing, and then we reach the end. As you can see, we have already reached the end, so we can simply return true. Now for this example 2, we start by initializing our jump again to 3. Now, when we are at 2, we need to minus 1 from our jump, making our jump 2. And we need to update our jump to the maximum between 2 and 2, which is still 2. Now we come to the next index, we minus 1 from our jump. If we want to update the maximum, it's still 1. So now we have come here, we minus 1 again. Our jump is now 0. We now need to update our jump to the maximum, and as you can see here, the maximum is 0 and we are not yet at the end, so we simply return false. So that's it for the visualization. Let's now move over to writing the code. Alright, so the first thing we want to do now is to create a variable, which is the length of our jump array. So we can say n equal to the length of our, and after that we create a variable jump, which initially points to the first item in our array. So we can call this jump is equal to nums at 0. Now we need to check if our jump is 0 and the length of our nums array is greater than 1, meaning we cannot jump to any other index. We just have to return false from there. So we can do if our n is greater than 1. Now we need to do starting from the next item in the array. So we can do for I in range 1 all the way to n. We take the current step, which is we minus 1 from our jump, then update our jump to the maximum between the jump at this index and the jump itself. So our jump will be the maximum in our jump ant. Now we need to check if our jump is 0 and we are not yet at the last index. We simply have to return false. So we can do if jump is 0 and our index is less than the last index, we can return false here. And finally, we return true because we reach the end. So that's it for the solution. Let's now proceed to run it and check if it works. Okay, it works, and the time complexity of the program is big O of n. And that's it for this video. See you guys on the next one.